What is up, gamer fam, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be checking out the massive multicade build that I've been working on for probably about 2 years now. It's time for an update, and it's time to show you guys what you can do if you want to build an amazing setup on your own for a little bit less than what you're probably going to pay for something that comes pre-assembled. Now keep in mind that this does take a lot of work, and it does take the technical knowledge. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy this content, please consider giving this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, make sure you leave a comment down below. All right, so let's get to the fun part and take a look at this thing. All right, so let's jump back in time for a second, way back to the early 2000s, which doesn't seem that long ago, when flat screens were chunky and CRTs still existed. That's when a friend of mine and I decided to build a MAME multicade. Well, really, he just helped me with a project I wanted to do. We got the measurements from a local pizza joint, and we built an arcade cab and stuck a PC in it. Later on in 2019, I decided to upgrade the control panel on that bad boy. That's right, I added an X-Arcade tank stick, and it turned out awesome. But then came Arcade 1-Up, those cute little quarter-scale home arcade machines. And when COVID hit, I got hooked. Because like everyone else, I was locked inside, except for I had Miss Pac-Man, Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom. Which brings us to this beautiful Frankenstein monster right here. This rig's got the works. 2 Sanwa joysticks and Crown Samduxa for the 6-button layout. I also purchased 2 Thunderstick spinners from Glen's retro show. These things are chef's kiss. My only regret, not getting a push-pull version, but hey, they spin beautifully and I'm not crying. Glen has some great products. I also have his yoke on my Star Wars. You should definitely check his stuff out if you haven't. The trackball I got off of Amazon is a simple Bluetooth trackball. It's about 40 bucks and I absolutely love it. Then there's my custom gun for IR light gun built by RPEG Electronics. Shout out to Ray. And Joel from Retro Lizard's Custom Arcades. Now, of course, we also have a PXN steering wheel and L-TEK dance pad, which I'm gonna get into here in a minute. But as you can see, this thing is pretty modular and can play just about anything. I do have a flight stick that I'm working on, but I haven't finished yet. The great thing about the control panel on this is you have a lot of real estate. Now, the only thing is, with the spinner, I have to remove it so that I can mount the steering wheel. But it's really not difficult at all. Just about 2 turns, the thing pops off, and then you stick the steering wheel right on there. And this is a low-cost but highly efficient way to play racing games just like you played them at the arcade. And keep in mind, if you just want the platform, you can throw consoles in this thing too. The overall idea here was to make a nice build that was cost-effective and efficient, and obviously didn't look like crap. And again, as far as the control panel goes, you are going to have plenty of real estate and plenty of options when it comes to being able to use any peripheral on this thing. Or you can easily modify the control panel to fit another peripheral in there, like a flight stick, for example. Along with all these other things, we have, of course, the L-TEK dance pad, metal framed, shipped from Europe, and built like a tank. More on that in a minute, but I did want to give you guys another quick look at the control panel and just how easy it is to store things beneath it, as well as remove or add a spinner to it. And with the Bluetooth trackball controller, most of the time I'm keeping it stored unless obviously I'm playing a trackball game, in which case it's very easy to just put it in the center of the control deck and use it. The PXN pedals work great with shooting games as well, and the coin door is wired to the system so that you can actually put coins in it if you wanted to. I didn't particularly like the type of coin door that they sent me, but it is what it is and it works. Personally, I would have preferred HAP. I also keep my Bluetooth Neo Geo controller up there so that I can play Neo Geo CD games or even AES games, and pretty much any console games. You are 100% going to need a massive USB hub for something like this. And there can be other complications that come from having so many peripherals connected to one device. Like your controller is automatically changing ID ports and so on. That causes problems when you're automatically going into a certain type of game to play. There are ways around it, but it's kind of a technical pain in the ass. Now, this multicade cabinet itself came from Game Room Solutions, or GRS, in 2022. They make everything from Arcade 1-Up mods to full-size kits. This particular model is called the Vewlix-style clone, which at the time was around $6.99, and now it's around $7.49, and, well, let's just say it wasn't exactly plug and play. And Game Room Solutions customer service is mediocre at best. It's not that they're rude or anything, or at least not in my experience, it just seems like they don't really care. And what I mean by they don't really care is just, it doesn't seem like they care very much about the outcome with their customer. I mean, they kind of try to nickel and dime you. I don't know. I just felt kind of slighted personally. But after a lot of elbow grease, patience, and swearing, and refinements, it turned into what you see before you now. And I gotta say, I guess it was worth it in the long run. So with all those tidbits out of the way, let's move on to something that I wanted to cover, that I've been meaning to cover for a while, which is the L-TEK dance pad. Look, I love DDR. I'm not like crazy good at it, but it's important to have a good dance pad if you want to play it. And in my opinion, this thing is perfect if you love playing DDR and StepMania games. Now, keep in mind I'm a casual player, but I love it. Had it for over a year and it's solid. If you want to have some booty shaking fun on your arcade, this is definitely the way to go.
To the right, to the right, to the front, to the front.
And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out my friend DDR legend Geo. Seriously, take a look at his YouTube channel, and if you're a fan of DDR, you should definitely subscribe because he does a lot of cool stuff. The dude has moves, rhythm, and technical skills that honestly make my left foot cry. He's made tons of cool builds for StepMania, like his recent Pack and Pal build, and he does a ton of cool technical builds as well. Needless to say, he's very talented and very knowledgeable when it comes to anything DDR related. So go subscribe to his channel, especially if you love DDR. I'll make sure to put a link to his channel both in the description and down in the comments. And if you're getting old like me, it might be a good time to pick this game back up. Just saying. Now, Gun for IR is a great option, but it's a little bit pricey, and you have to be able to mount the sensors on your screen. So if you have a screen with a bezel, then you're gonna have to figure out a way to hide the sensors. What I figured out was that I can use window tint to do that with, but this might be a little bit too technical and too pricey for some people, although it works just like an arcade light gun. But if it is out of your price range or technical expertise level, I would definitely recommend going with Retro Shooter or Sinden. I've never touched a Retro Shooter before, but I know that the newer ones that they have out now are actually pretty good, from everything that I've heard at least. From personal experience, Sindens are a nice option, but they're a little bit more difficult to finagle and deal with when it comes to certain games and emulators. It's really gonna all come down to what you're comfortable with and what you wanna spend your money on. Obviously. Here's a few more games quickly showcased with the Gun for IR so that you guys can see how it works, or rather, how well it works. Alright, so some of you might be wondering, well, what about games like Lucky and Wild? Could you play that? And yes, you absolutely can play Lucky and Wild. Just bust out your PXN steering wheel, or whatever steering wheel, and get on there and start playing. Of course, there's a little setup required, but it works great. Here's a little footage with me and the kiddo playing.
No, my car crashed. Give it up.
One of the coolest things about owning a multicade or building one is the flexibility. You can load it up with whatever collection you want, MAME, Neo Geo, Naomi, Steam, you name it. And with modern mini PCs being so cheap and powerful, you can play everything from Pac-Man to Fast and the Furious supercars without your system breaking a sweat, or taking up a lot of space. As far as the UI goes, it's very easy to have a Windows system boot into the UI that you want to use, I was using big box and still have a big box build on there, but I mainly use RetroBat now. I like the simplicity of RetroBat, and it's gotten a lot better when it comes to adding other systems and consoles to it. It's also faster and takes up a lot less resources than big box, and it's free. You can donate to the creator, but it's free. And on projects like RetroBat, I would recommend donating because it helps the dev out, who's the one making the free software for you to use. Some people might have gripes with using a 16:9 screen, but it's fairly modern today, and even modern arcade games are using 16:9 screens, so it does give you the flexibility to play both retro and modern arcade games. And with all the bezel tools and everything else that we have now, the games look absolutely incredible. And latency is really a thing of the past. But let me know what your experience is and what you think down in the comments. With all that, let's talk about numbers. So you're looking at about $750 for the kit, $250 for the PC, coin door $60, TV $100, speakers and amps $60, buttons and joys $150, dance pad $300, steering wheel $80, light guns $150 to $300, spinners and flight stick $180, and extra parts and art $250. And keep in mind there's always something else. But your average grand total for building something like this on your own is going to be between $2,250 to $2,500. Now, that's an approximate number, so it could be higher, it could be lower, but I doubt in today's economy that it's going to be lower. So what other options do you have? Well, here's a kicker for you. If the Polycade had been out when I started this project, I definitely would have gone that route instead. And speaking of which, I recently closed a marketing deal with Polycade. And you guessed it, this video is sponsored by Polycade. The Polycade is an incredible modern arcade system that combines classic gaming nostalgia with plug-and-play convenience. Their modular control panels, licensed game, and Steam compatibility make them the go-to for anyone who wants a clean, versatile setup without the DIY headaches. And honestly, after the Sente came out, it heavily inspired the theme of my own multicade. In the past, I have recommended Polycade to people on my live streams prior to knowing any of the staff or working with them. And the starting price is right around the same price as building your own. And if you're curious about Polycade, not to worry, the Sente will be featured on this channel soon. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you found something helpful, maybe you can take a little bit away from it, or maybe you can do something similar. Whatever you decide to do, always remember that there is options. And building something like this or purchasing a more expensive multicade is something that is really an investment. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.